Coming up next on The Beat Goes On, we welcome our ambassador from Parnell, Kevin Harvey. Kevin, along with his father Les, began the creation of the Parnell village back in the early 70s. Today, it remains one of New Zealand's top tourist attractions.
Kevin Harvey!
Always lovely to see you.
Good to see you. Who is that sitting next beside you, Kevin?
Oh, well, this is Gerald.
Hello, Gerald.
Yeah.
How are you? Gerald who?
Gerald Finlayson.
Gerald Finlayson.
You know, Gerald is a very good friend of one of my tenants, but he couldn't make it today. I'm not too sure what he was doing, but anyway, best not to know probably. And his name's his name's Danny.
Yeah.
And he's a lovely boy.
Yeah.
And
he's one of your tenants.
he's one of my tenants.
Yeah.
And so Gerald's come up to
Phyllis Place.
Phyllis Place and to let you know about what Daniel's up to.
Yeah, I can.
Now Daniel's been a tenant of ours for about, I don't know, probably about 4 years at least, probably more. You know, and you know, he is young and handsome, which sort of pisses me off.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what I mean. Yeah. So, but I sort of hold back on giving him rental increases just because he's good looking.
Speaking of handsome, Gerald, Kevin here is the second most handsome man in New Zealand.
Second.
Second most handsome man in New Zealand.
Didn't quite crack number one, huh?
A lot of people ask who was the first, but of course we're not going to answer that. And we've got two things to talk before we talk to Gerald, which is important. Two things we want to go over. America's Cup, we won the cup.
We did win the cup.
Wow, what did you think about that?
What I loved about it was I loved seeing that guy, Larry, whatever his name was.
Larry Oracle.
Larry
Anderson.
Oracle. What an arrogant beast he was. And what a sore loser. And I loved to see him so angry.
You think he was? I did.
Yeah, no, it's true. And but what I love about our Kiwi guys is a few things. Number one, the youth, and that's what we need as a country. We need to look to our youth because they're not bigoted and they're not corrupt like our government is and our people in council. It's all the old boys network. But these guys, they didn't get help from anyone. These guys have gone on with technology. They've jumped forward, not backwards.
One other important thing, Kevin, you've got to make a decision on what is more important. My birthday is today. Which is more important, my birthday or the America's Cup?
Probably the America's Cup, I'd say. Not to worry.
Kevin, there was only one way you could answer that.
I know, I did. The trouble with me is I'm much too honest.
70 years old, Kevin. When are you 70, Kevin? How many years?
I know I look like I'm close to 70, but I'm not quite there yet.
Good. Gerald, how about giving us your opinion of the America's Cup win?
I find it quite interesting and very proud to actually say that not only New Zealand, but we also had the competition's boat built by New Zealanders as well, which just shows you that the Kiwi ingenuity is still going strong.
It's wonderful, eh? The Kiwis are very special people.
Now, Gerald, a little bit about yourself. Kiwi?
Yeah, born up in Whangarei.
Whangarei.
Yeah, lived in a little town of Waipu. Actually is where I met Daniel, the tenant from Kevin's.
I know Waipu well.
Lived there for 18 years and then, come down. I lived in Hamilton for a while. And now I'm in Auckland. Been here for the last 11 months.
Now explain to our audience, Kevin knows what you do, but I don't, but tell me what you're doing in Parnell and how you're contributing to the wonderfulness of Parnell.
I'm assisting with the managers of Creative House, which is a music studio.
Creative House?
Creative House,
wow.
Situated, pretty much smack bang in Parnell Village. We get a lot of sort of well-known national bands coming through. We've had the likes of Catch a Fire, 660, the Broods before they went to LA. We also have drumming lessons and we've also got guitar lessons. Our rooms are completely engineered for the best sound that you can provide. So we don't try and damper the sound or anything like that. We actually try and get musicians to hear their unique sound that they're after.
This is rehearsal rooms.
These are the rehearsal rooms.
And there's a recording studio as well.
Now, yes, there's a proper professional recording studio.
Look, the hardest thing to find for any musician is a place to rehearse, because you make so much noise that you get the neighbours complaining, you know, and the fact that you can find. Now, is it expensive or is it a good
Oh no,
fee?
we're very competitive.
Very competitive.
Very competitive with our pricing. It
So
hasn't
if-
changed that often at all, to be honest.
Kevin decided he wanted to be a drummer, and he hired one of your rooms. Would we hear him practicing?
No, actually, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't hear a single thing.
This is what's great about Parnell, that it is a creative hub, isn't it?
It
I
is
mean,
a creative hub. That's what I love. You know, I must admit, being older, I tend to feed off the energy, and the sort of the so vibrant young people these days. I just went down to Wellington recently, and I went to a little bar called the Fringe Bar, and listened to just live performing music.
There's nothing actually better than going to a nice bar and actually listening to a live band, and a proper good live band.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and Wellington. Have you been to Wellington?
a few times, yeah.
It's a fantastic little place, and I compare Wellington Central to very much to Parnell because it's compact.
Now, how good is that Parnell address?
Great location. We've had no issues with the parking, so it's been really good.
Gerald, thank you for coming in today, and
No problem.
Kevin,
Thank you,
too.
Gerald, for coming in at such short notice.
Yes. Now, Kevin, how did your pacemaker go with the winning the America's Cup? Did it zoom up, or you kept it under
No,
control?
well, I'm such a natural athlete. In fact,
The reason I brought that up again, Kevin, we haven't got much time, but I do want to say this is going to be great for Parnell, isn't it? Tourists are going to flock here in 4 years. I know it's 4 years' time,
Yeah.
but it starts to build. What did you think when you heard that we'd won from a Parnell point of view? What any plans flash into your mind?
not really. It's we note that the Italians are the challengers, and last time when they were the challengers, we had our tenant
Luna Rossa?
Luna Rossa from Non Solid Pizza. They were the hosts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I am thinking of calling NSP. They're tenants of ours. They've got the most beautiful, Italian restaurant in Parnell. Well, in fact, probably in the whole country.
Kevin, you don't have to tell me. We had a wonderful lunch there, remember?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were beautifully behaved. And we drew lots of people, didn't we? But anyway, Antonio, he hosted Luna Rossa, and so I'm thinking of calling him, and maybe we could, as the main people from Parnell, to add a little bit more, so we could be good hosts to the Italians, which I think would be
Wonderful.
the same sort of style.
Yeah, look, I was so proud of that boat. As it skimmed across the water, the technology, I'm thinking every 12-year-old boy in the world that's not even a yachting country must be looking at that and thinking, wow, who are those guys?
Yeah.
And that's what the future's all about, isn't
Pretty
it?
impressive.
It's the 12-year-olds going, I want to be on one of those boats. Now,
Yeah.
Kevin, before we go, treat yourself to a Parnell Day. To all our friends throughout New Zealand, if you're coming to Auckland, this man would like to say hello. Kevin, you would,
Yes.
wouldn't you?
Hello. Right.
Invite all the people of Auckland and New Zealand to come and visit Parnell.
Of course, and if any of your viewers, are sort of still practicing their guitars and their drums,
Yeah,
they can come to this creative centre, the
Yeah.
creative hub,
yeah.
Even
And-
to just even learn straight off
Yeah.
the bat.
even if they just want to get away from their
Missus.
missus for a little while, and
I think we'll leave it on that little note, Kevin.
but there's still a lot of old buggers that still haven't fully exercised their
They're
full
de-
potential.
They're demons on the electric guitar.
They just didn't practice enough.
Yeah, there must be thousands, that...
Well, I'm one
We've
of them.
got a few, a large range. We've got primary kids coming through, and we've also got the senior citizens coming through.
Wow.
All in.
That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby boomers?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
mean you've got baby boomers
We've
coming
got
in?
they set up their own little bands and everything.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Kevin, we're going to see you in 2 weeks' time.
Alrighty. Thank
It'll
you.
be 2 weeks after my birthday, but
Yes.
don't let that get you down. And Gerald,
Right. Nice to meet you.
thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin and Gerald. And